All right, we should be live. Yeah, looks like we're live. Interesting, it's using my banner picture as the thumbnail preview for the video, and that's absolutely not accurate to what I'm going to be doing on the stream at all, but hey, whatever. That's all okay. So here I can see the comments. Obviously, my screen is upside down. The reason why it's upside down is because I'm able to flip it back around in OBS. But, you know, this is good enough for now. What I thought I would do is try to test out some pedals. Hopefully I'll remember to check chat, but you know what? I've got another computer over here. So maybe I can just log into this computer. And if anybody shows up, I'll be able to say hi to them that way. So yeah, I've got 4 pedals over here. And they just came in. So I thought that I would test them out. 2 are new, 2 are used. And of course, now it's going to ask me to sign in. So that's just not going to happen right now. Now, what I want to try to do is figure out how to not make a bunch of noise here. There is one problem that I found with this pedal right here, just with my setup. Whenever it's turned on, the left or right input jack gets negatively or positively charged. It gets this weird little ground issue. So all I have to do is unplug one and plug it back in. Normally I can hear it, but this time I don't have my headphones on and I have that turned down intentionally. So now when I activate that pedal, I won't get a ground loop pop. A ground loop pop. Get it? Haha. That's what it is. It's a ground loop pop. It's a pop from a ground loop. And I need to understand more about it to understand more about its phenomena. There's probably a lot more to the story than just that. But I was worried about this setup because every time I activated and deactivated the effect on that pedal, that pop was absolutely unacceptable. But I accidentally somehow found that all I needed to do was just sort of reset one of the input left or right input jacks, meaning pull it out a little bit and push that back in. That would cause another pop, but it was maybe 50% of the amplitude of the other pops. And that cleared the whole issue up. And I can test out for sure if I go put my headphones on and actually start to be able to see if I can hear what I'm saying. All right. So I'm going to put the headphones on and hear what my voice sounds like. It sounds okay. Not too loud. I'm also looking at the meter, so I can kind of tell. It's a little thin, but that's okay. I don't mind. I want to try some effects, though. That's some pretty cool echo. And this should be some weird, even more echo. That's pretty cool. Then lots of reverb. Modulated reverb. Really cool. And of course, everybody's hated June 60. I don't know why people hate this pedal so much. I love it. Okay, sorry. All right, here's what we got. Let's work with this pedal first. So this is the Alexander Pedals Radical Delay 2 Plus. I don't need any more delays. This is a pedal that I've wanted for a long time. Here's the thing. It's a quick disclaimer. I have no justification for owning these pedals. That's just a strict want. I'm sorry. I confess. Forgive me. Okay, moving on. So this is the Radical Delay 2 Plus from Alexander Pedals. And as you can see, it kind of emulates the old Apple II Plus style graphics, which is just, I'm going to admit it. That's the main reason why I got this pedal. And it came with the Tap 2 expression pedal, which, I mean, I'm surprised Apple didn't try to sue them, but you know, I'm glad that they didn't. There's no reason to. That would be really, really, really stupid. Okay, so for delay pedals, I like to really test with drum machines, because it's just nothing but transients, and so you can really, really hear the delay. But again, you need to test with a lot of different things. Now, this is a mess right now. I know that this yonder purple thing connects to a mono mixer. Meanwhile, I have some options. I think these two connect. In other words, they're the same cable. Okay, so this pedal takes 9-volt center negative, which is what this is. Sorry for that pop. Make sure to turn off the Boss. But that's a good sign. Looks like it's working to me. Let's get a little bit of volume on this. Okay, this is currently on glitch. Okay, just playing around. What I did there is I turned down the drum machine and turned up the return of this whole setup. So that way I'm not slamming this little mixer with a hot signal. It doesn't really, these little mixers don't really like to be slammed. So I try to not see that peak light come on. It's just like barely, if anything. Let's see, I want to, well, that was weird. Okay. That's pretty good. Trying to just get one pattern. Here we go. This pedal obviously works. That's a tight turn right there on that one. Something might have pushed into it at some point, or maybe somebody accidentally stomped on that potentiometer. It's a guitar pedal. It can happen. And it's a used one. But the previous owner definitely took good care of this one. Oh, that's nice right there. Me liking. Okay, let's go over to multi. Okay, that's a subtle difference, but I can hear it on the tweak. All right, that was the multi, and then the next mode is going to be called, it is called bend. Okay, so that's pitch shifting the echoes. That's awesome. You can kind of get that sound with the marshmallow. but not, not just that subtle. There's like a lot more going on with the marshmallow. That is really, really cool. Okay, now I need to flip this over, and that's probably not going to be a good idea. What I should do real quickly, briefly, is just figure out where this is coming in. Yeah, we're off now. Okay. So, looking on the back, if I can see it, hold foot switch at boot to select tap 2 blinks or expression 5 blinks. Interesting. So if we turn it off and turn it on, okay, that was 5 blinks. So whenever I use an expression pedal for this, this should be the tap tempo. Very cool. Turn this back up. That works. Okay, so let's try to cycle the power one more time. We hold this down, I think. It should only blink twice. If I can find the hole. No, that was 5 times still. Let me try holding this down. Oops. I'm actually hitting the case there with that, not good. Okay, that was just 2. Okay, I still tap tempo. I'll have to figure that out later. I'm not going to bore you with that kind of stuff. I'll read the manual or something. But for the most part, if this just acts as a tap tempo, I mean, it is just called tap. In terms of, I think you can actually hook a real expression pedal into this or something. Let me read the back of this again. Anyways, this works. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next pedals. Let's take a look at the back again real quick. So hold foot, yeah, okay, so it's the foot switch. There we go. So that selects either tap or expression. And I think you can use an expression. So hold foot switch to enter tap tempo mode, tap foot switch while LE blinks to set tempo. Time knob does that. Hold foot switch again, wait for a second to exit, tap remote switch at any time to set tempo. That's kind of weird. Whatever. And that works. Now I've got to find a place to put this pedal. I am out of room. Okay, next up, let me talk about one thing real quick. So with these pedals, I always try to put some rubber foot adhesive things here on the back side. So that way, when they get moved around on the table and stuff, they don't get scratched up on the back. It's pretty funny. The first time I bought a nice pedal was this one right here, the Small Stone. I didn't have my feet on the back here, and I was just like setting it down on a surface. I was like, just kind of like rubbing it back and forth across the surface, thinking to myself, I wonder if that's going to scratch it or not. And I looked at the back and said, yeah, look, there's a couple scratches. I probably shouldn't do that. So I use these rubber feet to prevent that from happening. Now the problem is though, is that, they're not really even. So what I'll do later is I'll get some more, this is hard to explain. I wish I had it here so I could just show you, but sort of the negative space that's left behind when you pull these individual rubber feet out, you can take pieces and cut pieces of that off and then just apply it as you want to. So I'll apply one here and apply one here, and then that will allow it to stay sturdy. So when when I'm selecting it, I don't like it moving around. I want it to be flat on the surface as possible. Now, I really want to break out. Yeah, we got to do this, man. I haven't touched this in so long, so you're going to have to forgive me because I can't remember how to use this thing. I really want to use this. That's center negative. The problem is that there's very little room. We do have room, however. So we shall forego having a drum machine for the erstwhile and just go back to one device. Now, what a mess we have here. What a glorious mess. I can get rid of this cable. Oh. Get rid of this cable for now. Actually, I'm going to use this cable. Okay. Wonderful. Problem here, I know what I'm going to do, is I might have to grab out a base bot if this doesn't work. The thing that kills me about the Behringer TD3 is setting up the MIDI on it. So I think that one is not set up to just play off of its internal clock right now. I've got it configured to receive MIDI. Hopefully this one is not the same way. I used it last time on some jams. I'm hoping that it's, there you are. Just going to be ready to go. No. Alrighty then. Well, that's what happens when you don't use something on a regular basis and you don't have the manual loaded up. And in fact, some of that stuff is actually not even in the manual, if you can believe it. All right. Because of my insistence, I really want to do this. You see, I'm just running out of room for everything. I just can't. Just can't grab something without having to go through more gear to get to it. Okay. And now you're going to see why this is my go-to device, except for one little thing. Oh man, it's just not one thing. It's the next. Oh man. Okay. Surely this will not be hard to find a 9-volt adapter for this. Are you kidding me? Look how much stuff I'm having to drag out just to find what I need. Well, that's kind of the point of this. This is also why I really don't use these synthesizers to test this stuff out with. Okay. So right now I'm looking for the correct power adapter for the synthesizer. All right, and I thought that it wasn't in the first one, but I guess it is. And if it's not, if I can't find it, we're just going to not use what I want to use to test this, because I don't see it anywhere. Okay, yeah, I don't know where that is. Okay, fine. Which is weird because I was just looking at it. That adapter. These, oh man, it just really, there's nothing else I can do, is there? No. Yeah, it's such a bummer. I just don't know why they do that, man. Okay. I got this guy, but this thing is only, is this the one that, okay, here we go. I can do this. Actually, this might already. Okay. Sorry, I'm not explaining myself very well. I'm trying to find something in the process. There we go. So, Cyclone Analogic, for whatever reason, uses a smaller size DC jack than what is supposed to be quote unquote standard. Now, there really are no standards, but there are what everybody likes to use. Actually, make sure. Yeah, center negative. Okay. Whew. Well, this is actually playing now, so at least we got that going. Oh, of course, I'm being so stupid. All right. And what I really need to do is I need to break out the Muffaletta and try to figure out, you know, roughly which variant that this is cloning. So what is this? This is the Jupiter Effects Warlow, and this is a big muff clone. And what's so cool about this is just the graphic and how it's designed like an old style muff, but yet it still has the Jupiter Effects kind of style about it in the name. Okay, check this out. Check out how I change the volume on the bass bot. So it does get somewhat louder and quieter. Not as much. And the tone changes instead. Now, while the big muffs, in my opinion, are not technically fuzz pedals, they do behave like fuzz pedals. And that is definitely fuzz pedal behavior right there, where your input volume doesn't change the actual amplitude as much as it changes the actual tone and the amount of fuzz being applied to it. It's pretty cool. All right, this pedal obviously works. I don't know what the difference between these two modes on the flip switch is. I think one puts it into like a Proco Rat mode, I believe. And that's a good question, is which? You know what? I don't know enough about either to be able to even tell you right now which is which, unfortunately. In other words, the sound, I would think that the one with this is the big muff, and that's the Rat. That would be my guess. Okay, cool. I'm still pretty sure. Now, there is a chance that one of those TD3s was working, and I was just being an idiot because I didn't have the pedal powered up, and it was in active mode, meaning that it was the switch was sending the signal into the circuit and not true bypass out to the output. So let me demonstrate. When I unpower the pedal, you don't hear the bass body anymore. But because the switch is set to the effect being on, and that literally routes the input signal and any battery power to where they need to go. And then when I hit the switch, it's actually going to now route. It's going to route the output signal just directly to, the input directly to the output, and that's why it's called true bypass. Alrighty. Okay, next pedal. Let me turn the volume down so we don't hear any nastiness. All right, yeah, and these are not the smoothest jacks, but if you're on the road, you probably want a good connection more than you want smooth jacks, in my opinion. So I don't blame that. Okay, now this one is going to be fun. This is the Super Weirdo Glitch Super Fuzz Time Modulation Unit. What in the world are we in for? Okay. Right, because I turned the volume down. Let's try that again. Okay, I think this is volume. These are not really labeled, by the way. So I'm going to probably need to have other things turned up for this to. So this is. Let me turn this off. The switch on the right is the actual activation switch. The one on the left is a temporary. So it's a momentary. I have to actually hold it down. What is that noise? That was pretty cool. Okay, back to fun. That's really wild. Okay, it has to have input for that to happen. Let's switch back to a drum machine, shall we? Get a little bit of a contrast. You know, I really do like the whatever the heck the Behringer model is called. Is it TD3? I'm getting really kind of tired of trying to keep up with some of these model names. I really do, but these things are just so superior in every way. Of course, they're also twice as expensive, so there is that. But just in terms of like plugging it in and getting it to work, doing what you want it to do, super easy. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that the TD3 is that $150 that you save on that is well worth it. Oh, what am I doing? Grabbing a drum machine. Okay, so for this, I'm going to need to change the input. Rah. Nice. So one thing, I'm not really sure what this knob does. Well, there you go. There's that. Okay, so these two feed off each other. If you notice, this one is now turned all the way down. This one doesn't really have an effect anymore. The momentary switch does, though, a little bit. It's weird. Let me try a... what is that noise? As soon as I go to the mixer to try to figure out what channel that's coming from, the noise stops. That's pretty funny. Okay, so what I want to do is try to find a more simple rhythm. It's the pedal. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Okay, so that's what that knob does. So that's what this knob does. That's the glitch. So that's almost like adding a double. Awesome. I like it. Cool. All right, that works for me. So from here, I just go back over to Reverb and I give everybody 5-star ratings. And that's that. All right. Well, I think this is going to do it for me, honestly. It's going to be a quick stream. I just want to do like a little live test on YouTube anyways and see what it's all about, just kind of see what happens. And I thought, you know, rather than go through the hassle of actually making a edited video or anything, and just by edited, I mean, even though I don't do too much video editing, I still have to get the audio track regenerated on top of the video. So I have to like, what's the word? Like re-render a whole new video to do that. Cool. We streamed for about 36 minutes, just a little test, and we got some stuffs accomplished, and I think it sounded okay, or there was no audio at all, and people that popped in just went, wow, this guy's crazy, we're out of here. But on that note, I'm out of here, so bye-bye. Thanks for watching.